A few days ago, Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao pleaded guilty to federal charges for violating money laundering rules, and in order to get a settlement with the Justice Department, he agreed to pay a 4.3 billion fine. Will he go to jail? Is this the end for Binance? Should you move your assets out of the platform? Stay tuned, and in this video, I'll address all these things. Hello everyone, welcome back to CryptoGrid channel. My name is Željko and today I'm excited to share some of my thoughts on the future of Binance, if it even exists. But firstly, around 80% of you who are watching this video are not subscribed, so please give this video a chance, maybe check some other videos on the channel, and if you like it, please consider subscribing, thank you. Also, some of you maybe know this, some of you don't, but about a year ago I got hacked on Binance for $40,000. And that's the moment when I realized how Binance operates, since I was unable to reach anyone from the higher level executives, and I was only able to reach support, which was like 5 levels below ChatGPT when it comes to communication and understanding. One of their support guys even told me how this is a lesson for me, even thought I got 2FA activated with the UB key, but that happened due to their exploit actually on the platform, for allowing someone to buy NFTs from my account without even using 2FA for a single time. The whole case and how I was unable to get to anyone showed me how much they actually cared about its users. In my opinion, if you're looking to build something on a longer run, it's always easier to keep the current users than to acquire newer ones, and for that you need a solid customer support obviously. For someone, this might be a small amount of money, but for me, to be honest, it's more than I was earning per year. Also, I was aware of the hacks in the industry and how many scams are out there, but this was the first sign when I realized how even the big players in the crypto can go down like nothing. And this was more than a year ago when I mentioned in multiple posts on Twitter how Binance could go down actually. Shortly after I got hacked, we saw FTX collapsing as well. During that time, CZ had the opportunity to save it, not because of SBF, not because of Caroline, but because of its users, because many innocent people actually lost their money unfortunately. Instead, they were even okay with sacrificing some of their capital because they were seed investors in FTX, just to get the market share and to keep the market dominance. Completely ignoring all these people, even if they don't care about the people, it hindered crypto adoption a lot, and this was one of the reasons why we had a prolonged bear market in comparison to previous cycles. FTX was maybe the fastest growing exchange at the time, but after its collapse, Binance secured its throne again. But in the last few months, due to various issues with regulators in the United States, their market share was dropping for months, and for the first time after a while they are not the leader in the spot market when it comes to trading BTC. So as you probably saw already, CZ stepped down as a CEO and paid a fine of 4.3 billion, and many people see him as a hero who helped the crypto industry to grow this much. To be honest, it was in his interest since crypto adoption and the increase in the number of people in the industry directly correlates with how many customers he can acquire and how much Binance can profit from that actually. US regulators have been observing Binance for a while now, and the last big issue with Binance was when Paxos was ordered to stop minting BUSD. As you can see on the chart, it was increasing, and then at one moment it just stopped printing, and now we can see decrease in supply of BUSD to almost zero currently. Now, as the largest crypto exchange in the world, they are paying one of the largest corporate penalties in the United States history, and CZ is keeping his stake in the company, but he is not allowed to be involved in the management for the next 3 years. Although, they are allowed to operate outside of the United States. Now, if we check the Watcher Guru X, we can see that SEC seeks to prove Binance and founder CZ committed an FTX-style fraud. Judge denies ex-Binance CEO CZ from leaving United States before sentencing. This is probably because US regulators are scared that he might not get extradited to United States afterward if he flies out, and he's expected to be sentenced around 18 months in jail, with even a possibly worse outcome for him. One thing that is good is that they announced that they won't be selling their assets to pay the fine, but I think that this is just a matter of time before they start doing that. They're losing market share, there is a huge liquidation of 205 million, and price dropping to $219. If you go to DeFi Llama, you can see this liquidation here and you can see the liquidation price. Also, if we take a look into the BNB chart, you can see that currently we are pretty close to that level now actually. Also, I think that this is just a matter of time since these two things will go hand in hand with more people leaving Binance, the revenue is decreasing since they are earning less on fees. BNB token is becoming more and more useless over time as causation of these things, which will again lead to decrease in value and eventually the same destiny as the FTX token had unfortunately. Also, there were many shady things on Binance. For example, maybe they haven't traded user funds as FTX did, but they certainly liquidated their users in the past. For example, if you look at this candle, this happened at like 21st June, and it's the moment when BTC price actually went to like 130k. So this pretty much means that at this moment all the short positions were pretty much liquidated. So this means that it wasn't enough this increase from like 25.1k to like 30k to liquidate majority of the people. Probably the people were adding to their positions to not get liquidated, and this is what they did in response to that. And if this was happening with the asset with such a high liquidity, then you can just guess what's happening with the smaller halts, for example. Another thing, and I deep dive into this at the moment when I was hacked, is actually how many complaints on Binance hacks there is on Reddit, for example. Yeah, there are some people that complain on like Binance hacked through API, but there are many people that actually claim that hey, they haven't connected API with anything, and they still got hacked even they got 2FA in the place. Yeah, you can see things like this, things like this. This is insane. So many people lost their money, and if you see how many results there are, it's insane amount of results, and they are pretty much ignoring all of this. Like if you ask them anything, they ask you for your support ticket number or something like that, and they just continue ignoring you as it happened to me. So you can see I got hacked and lost 125k in hours with 2FA on. Binance account hacked with 2FA on $20,000. There are so many more examples like this. Another thing that I'm aware that few of my friends actually experienced is when they tried to withdraw like 100k or even more from Binance. And if you have that amount of money at Binance, you should definitely try that. Is they ask them to do KYC again, then ask them to do more stuff in order to actually get them to withdraw funds from their platform. One more thing that is concerning to me is that the Binance is actually the largest holder in crypto currently. So if you look at the top BTC holders, Binance is like at first place, fourth place, and ninth place. So if you look into it, they own 1.28% of the entire coins in circulation. And if you account that some of the BTC is actually lost, this number is even higher. And the whole point of BTC and crypto is decentralization, which we are losing on this way pretty much slightly. Yeah, this allows big players like BlackRock to enter the markets, but retail investors will be able to accumulate more BTC as well. And this whole scenario, if we would saw Binance falling, might be very short term, but as the time goes on, it's more and more bullish actually. Also, a lot of you wonder what is going to happen with spot Bitcoin ETF approval. I don't think that this will have any effect on it, and most likely we're gonna get approval by the end of January 2024 and possibly even earlier. Whatever happens, as I'm always mentioning, you should always custody your own assets. The other way that you can protect yourself and minimize the risk exposure is to spread your assets across various exchanges. Still, we saw so many of them either collapsing, either experiencing various threats, freezing withdrawals, or asking people to do multiple KYCs, as I said, when the moment to withdraw their funds comes. Now, there are plenty of different hardware wallets, and they're pretty cheap, especially if you compare it with the cost of losing all your assets. If you're interested in getting a Tangent wallet, for example, you can even find a discount code in the description of this video. If this video was helpful to you, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions, also feel free to post them in the comment section below. I answer to all of them. Thank you for watching the video. Stay strong and healthy. Bye.